Do you want to kick it off?
So this question is for Brian. What type of challenges do Dennis Freeman, News for Us Online. So what type of challenges does Utah State present to you defensively?
Coach, are you there? We can't hear you. You might be on mute.
Sorry, guys. No, I'll start over then. The aggressiveness of the defense, I think, is something that stands out to me. Just the way that the defensive line really gets up the field. They have some movements, bring a lot of pressure in certain situations, and that'll be a big challenge for us.
Am I allowed to ask another question?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys been in every game, it seemed like all season long. Can you talk about your offense and how effective you've been on the offensive end?
Say one more time. Sorry, this.
How effective have you been? You've been really effective on the offensive end. What's been the key to your success this season?
Oh, I think it starts with our guys up front and the ability to run the football. I've been pleased with the way that our offensive line has played, particularly in the run game. But being able to establish the run and get that going takes a lot of pressure off our quarterback, and running the ball that way kind of opens up some of our play action pass. And when we're able to run the football, that's been really, we've been able to get going.
Thank you.
Nick, I saw your hand raised, but I don't see it anymore. Did you want to ask a question? There we go.
Yeah, I do. Say, Brian, in regard to Nathan Eldridge, I know it's kind of crazy to think a guy's been in college for 7 years, but where has he elevated his game this season? What has he meant to your offensive line?
I think the experience, like you said, is something that's huge there. You know, I mean, he's been in a lot of football games, seen a lot of things from different defenses, just been in a lot of different situations, adversity, and to just have that experience and maturity up front to get that group going, I think is something that stands out to me. And then I think just other thing with his ability to get off of double teams and get up to the second level and play with great leverage is something that I think has kind of jumped off the film for me this year as well.
Is that something he hadn't done as much in previous 2 years?
I wouldn't say that. I'd just say probably with more consistency. I've just maybe noticed it a little bit. If that's getting pretty picky, you'd probably have to talk to Coach Mahalchek to get even more specific on some of that stuff. But
okay, Al.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Al Lewis, you had your hand raised.
Yeah.
morning.
Al, you might want to try taking yourself off mute. No? All right. Anyone else? Les?
Good morning, Coach. Utah State might have played its best game defensively against San Diego State in that championship game. What did you see from them that they were doing different or more effectively in that game?
Well, shoot, I don't know if it was anything different schematically in that game. It seemed like they were just had some success early, and they did a nice job in the red zone, preventing those guys from scoring points. But I think you could tell that those guys, like I said, they're really aggressive. And then just the confidence that I felt like when they were playing, enthusiasm kind of stood out to me, and particularly in the second half. I think as they had some success and they kind of fed off each other, but I don't think there was anything really different schematically than what they'd been doing throughout the season. They just executed at a really high level in that game.
Eric?
Oh, sorry, Coach. I'll put myself off mute there. I wanted to ask about Justin Rice. What have you seen out of Justin Rice, the linebacker from Utah State, just specifically on him?
He seems like a really smart player. I mean, there's some plays that he's made throughout the year. It seems like he just has a good sense of where the ball is going to be or what the quarterback's trying to do. And he seems like he's always getting himself in a good position to make plays. But he's a really talented player, man, and yeah, he's fun to watch. It does a lot of good things for him.
All right, anyone else with questions? Otherwise, we will move on to center Nathan Eldridge. Last call. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thank you.
All right. Let's go. Yeah.
All right, Al, I know that you were having issues before. So Nathan, he wants to know what it's like about being in a bowl game.
You said what it's like to be in a bowl game?
Mm-hmm.
It's been awesome. This will actually be my third one. So, super excited to go out there and play and represent the Beavers.
Great. And then Nick, I see you have your hand up.
Yeah, Nathan, obviously this is your last game of your 7-year college career. What do you remember? What are you going to remember most about playing this long in the college football?
I think it's really just building the friendships and the relationships that I have over this time. Oregon State's really welcomed me and made me feel like it was home. I'm forever grateful for this coaching staff and the guys that I've met on the team. I just think that we have a really good group of guys, and hopefully we can end it on a win so that I can watch future games and cheer those guys on.
I was talking to Jim the other day, and he mentioned that your game really didn't take a big step in improvement until you got serious in the classroom. Was that always kind of a struggle for you, just from an interest standpoint in the classroom, or because he seemed like that was a big deal for you?
Yeah, I think it was really big deal. I was still kind of figuring things out. I really didn't have a big interest in school, but I was always capable of doing it. And so once I started to, actually put an effort toward it and, set my mind to it, I was able to really make some big strides and, kind of build that confidence for me. And, it wasn't like, it wasn't just, I'm an athlete, I'm not that good at school. It was like, no, I can do this. And, I ended up doing it and felt pretty good about it.
What are you getting your master's degree in?
College Student Services.
Okay. Thanks.
Angie?
Hi, Nathan. This is Angie Machado with Beaver Blitz. Beaver fans, I know you've played for Coach Mihalacek now for 7 years or 6 years. What Beaver fans believe he's probably one of the best O-line coaches in the country. What are your thoughts on Coach Mihalacek?
I mean, I think he is too. I wouldn't have been with him for 6 years if I didn't think so. But I think what really sets him apart is, not only being a really good and great offensive line coach, but just being a great human. Our meetings are about football when they need to be about football, but at the same time, we also talk about real things and real things that are happening in life, or anything we have questions on, just regarding anything. He's that guy that we can go to, and he'll give us his honest opinion and what he thinks is right.
Okay, Al? So the microphone button is in the center, but all the way to the left. Or we can do the chat again, but we can't hear you. Okay, Nick?
Yeah, Nathan, why did you return this year? After did you consider the NFL strongly last year, or what did you feel like you needed to finish this season?
I was considering it, but due to all the injuries that I'd had, I felt that it was probably best for me to come back and show that I can stay healthy and just prove that I can be on that field and kind of raise my stock that way.
Was there any one thing you felt like you really took a step forward in this season, personally?
Yeah, I think I've been really working on getting to that second level and blocking linebackers. I think I can also get better at my pass pro as well. But just got to keep working that every single day.
Thanks.
Okay, asking a question on behalf of Al. So how can you handle Utah State's pressure they throw at you?
Really, we just got to do what we've been doing. We just got to prepare the right way. Keep taking these next few days to dial in on their film and make sure that we're all on the same page. And really just about executing, making sure that we are doing our thing and executing the right way, and good things will happen for us.
Okay, Dennis?
Nathan, I'm sorry, Dennis Freeman, News for Us Online. You guys beat Utah, and you came close to beating Oregon. What does it say about the competitive nature of your team this season?
I mean, I think it tells you a lot. Like I said, we got a lot of really talented guys on our team, and they all have that no quit attitude. That's what I like about these guys, and why it's been so welcoming to me is because there's just a lot of hard working grinders on the team. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, Nathan, for joining. We'll take a couple-minute break, and then Utah State's going to hop on.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Christy's want to do a mic test here for us. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I should take myself off mute, but yes, I can hear you.
Thank you so much, Christy.
Yeah. All right, we're going to have Utah State sign on shortly here, so thanks for your patience.
So if I take myself off mute, do you see me? Because I don't. Okay. 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 Then the other thing is, okay. Okay. Well, we'll get started here in just a second. Appreciate you.
Okay, all set?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right, everyone, we have on wide receiver Devin Tompkins. So please raise your hands and we will get the question process started. Okay, Eric?
Oh, here, you got me now?
Yep, we got you.
This is Al. I moved to another mic because
Oh, okay.
it's going to work. Sorry about that. I wanted to ask DT, you've made catches last couple of games, but haven't had as many big plays. Does that bother you, or is that what defenses are doing too, or giving you a chance to do?
No, it don't bother me at all, because at the end of the day, as you see, everybody else has been making plays, like 4 different receivers has scored touchdowns in the past 3 weeks that I haven't really got the ball. So, I mean, to me, it just goes to show that, like, I've actually been able to be an impact on the team enough to help my other wide receivers make their plays and things like that. So, I mean, to me, it makes me feel really good about it. And I really enjoy it, honestly.
And then let me ask you specifically, when you study Oregon State, what is this defense like, or that you'll face in the ball game?
They're long. They like to grab. They like to, in the secondary. They like to put hands on. So and they like to play man coverage. So as long as we can beat man coverage and win our one-on-one matchups outside, I think we'll be fine all day.
And just let me ask you one final thing about just making a bowl game now in this return year to Utah State, when maybe you thought at one time maybe you weren't going to come back. What has that been like to win the championship? That was the ultimate, but then now to get a bowl game after that.
It was a dream come true, man. I mean, this season just really, it's been like, the whole way has been like a dream, and it just feels like at the bowl game right now, it feels like I'm waking up from the dream, actually winning 10 games, winning a championship, and now being in the LA Bowl, this being the first time this bowl has been played. It's it's an honor to be here. You know, we get to set the bar for all the years to come for this bowl game. So that's pretty cool.
Anyone else have questions? Please raise your hand. Okay, Dennis.
All right, Dennis Freeman, News for Us Online. Devin, what did that opening season loss to Wisconsin tell you about the team?
About our team or about?
Yes, your team.
Opening season loss.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, we played Washington State. Well, we won that game. But I mean, that game it set the tone for our team. You know, it set the tone for our season more than anything. And I think as a team, it gave us the confidence that we needed in order to, you know, develop and continue to grow as a team and build our chemistry together. And I think that's been the biggest component for our success as a team this year.
You guys beat a pretty good San Diego State team. What was the key for your team in that win?
Really just to play our best football that we played all year. You know, a majority of the games, our biggest problem was starting fast, you know, starting fast at the beginning of the game and then coming around near the second half. But this game, you know, Coach Anderson fired us up, you know, and really we just wanted to execute more than anything. We wanted to execute and play our best game of football together. And, you know, that could have been our last, you know, one of our last games together. And I think everybody really bought in and just played for the man next to him, and we came out on top.
Thank you.
Angie.
Hi, this is Angie Machado with BeaverBlitz.com. Can you just talk a little bit about what Calvin Tyler has brought to your offense as Beaver fans remember him from his days at Oregon State?
Yeah, Cal, man, he's great. You know, for starters, he's a really good dude to be around. You know, he's a fun guy to be around, cool guy to talk to. You know, and I mean, as a player, you know, he's been doing the thing. You know, he knows how to run the ball really good, and he's smart too when he's on the football field. He understands what's going on, and we're able to talk while we're on the field. You know, if I miss a block or something, or he saw a hole that he wanted to hit coming outside, he'll talk to me about it and things like that. So the ability to communicate with Cal it's been great to have him as a teammate.
Any other questions? Last call. Oh, Dennis.
Sorry. Devin, how have you been so successful on the field this season? You have over 1,500 yards. What's been the key to your success?
Really just buying into the program, buying into the offense and learning the offense, you know, and then being able to take my skill set that I have and implement it into being able to execute the offense at a high level. And, you know, I got a great quarterback. I got a great team that surrounds me, you know, a great offensive staff. And that's really been the biggest thing to my success, just learning to be more of a student of the game and being coachable and just wanting to learn more about the game and how to play it. So.
Is it a big deal for the state of Utah to have both Utah State and Utah here in Southern California for bowl games?
Oh, dang, I didn't even know Utah was here, actually. That's funny. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't even know that. So, but yeah, that's definitely cool.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Eric.
Hey, Devin. I was wondering, you have a lot of transfers on your roster. I think you have 16 of them in total. How have they been able to come together this season, considering some of them have played big roles? Can you talk a little bit about just integrating them into the offense and just how that's been working and been effective for you?
Yeah. So, you know, all the transfers on our team, they've definitely been a big help for us. And you know, with them first coming over here, I knew like it was going to be kind of shaky, but at the same time, like everybody was kind of new to us, you know, the new coaching staff and everything. So we all just took our time in the spring to really get to know one another. Coach Anderson made us do a lot of team bonding activities and things like that. So we had no choice but to really interact with each other, and us interacting with each other, that helped our chemistry, you know, just grow, like, you know, with the new players, like, especially for me and Logan, you know, like our connection on the field is really good because of how it is off the field. You know, me and him, his locker is like right next to mine. So, you know, we talk and stuff, and Logan always loves to talk about football, you know, and I love to talk about football. So we're able to connect in that sense. And then the same thing with all of us, you know, we all love football on this team. And I think that's like the biggest common denominator for all of us, to be able to want to, you know, get to know one another.
Jacob.
Hey, DT, I'm just curious, man. what's been the highlight of the season for you besides winning the championship? Maybe just a specific play or a specific game that's just really stuck out to you this season.
First game of the year against Washington State. I mean, just all the things that we achieved just within that one game, you know, like the amount of history that we've made in that one game and how big that was for us, you know, and monumental. And it set us up for this great season that we have, you know, like without that game right there, without, you know, bringing that game all the way down to the wire, you know, and then that catch I had at the end of the game to win the game, that was really special to me because it was just like, you know, like I feel like that was just something that we all we all did together, and then me making that catch just helped that helped me like really believe in my team more than anything, and like seeing the way that they reacted once I made that catch, you know, it really showed me that my team really loves me and I love my team a lot. So that was probably the most like memorable moment for me.
Sean? Sean, did you have a question? I saw your hand was raised. Okay. All right. Anyone else? All right. Thank you so much for joining.
Yep. Thank you. You guys have a good day.
All right. I think we're going to have head coach Blake Anderson on next. All right. It'll just be 1 minute.
Wow. Perfect. Where am I looking? Where is the dang camera at on this thing? It's got to be over here on this side. Okay, wait. It's right there. There we go. Hey, folks.
All right, everyone. We have head coach Blake Anderson on. We will do the same method and leave it raised, and I'll call on you, and we'll go through the questions. Who's up first? Okay, Les.
Hello, Coach. Les Garrett, Corvallis Gazette-Times. Oregon State obviously made a change at defensive coordinator late in the season. So this is a two-parter. Does that complicate your preparation? And did you see anything different? Did anything jump out at you that was different about the defense late in the year?
Kind of answer that in reverse. They seem to simplify a little bit and calm down defensively a little bit, which I think answers your first question. Yeah, they just played. I thought they played better down the stretch. As you watch tape, they just continued to improve. I think the calmness of what they did allowed them just to kind of be free and play with a little bit more confidence. And so we see down the stretch a better defense and just more sound and guys more competitive. I think they rallied around the decision that coach made and tried to make it pay off. You can see the energy level, chasing the ball, and those sorts of things. They looked better after that adjustment, which is what you want as a head coach. Been in that position before, and not easy to make those kind of adjustments mid-season. But you want the players to really kind of rally around it, and that's what you've seen. In terms of preparation, we kind of have to. I mean, defenses are called based off the personality of the guy calling them. Personnel down and distance affect those, but then the personality of the guy calling it. For us, we just have to, with the short week or really short prep time, just kind of have to focus on his personality as a defensive coordinator. So the first half of the year is not really that relevant to us. And if we take that approach and really look at what they've done since the change was made, it kind of simplifies things a little bit for us and what to prepare for. But in the next side of that, they haven't really played anybody that looks quite like us on offense, so there's going to be some unknowns for us.
All right, Jason Turner.
Oh yeah, okay, good. I got the hand right. I'm surprised. I like to make things difficult sometimes. Coach Anderson, I guess if you're just looking back at the season, what do you think you've been most pleased with in terms of the offensive development of this team?
You know, we turned the ball over too much early. We gradually got better and better at protecting the football, and a lot of that goes to Logan's decision-making in the back end. We've not put the ball on the ground. If you watch the amount of times we've carried the ball, we've just not put the ball on the ground on a consistent basis. Has been few and far between. So protecting the ball has been huge, and you win close games when you protect the ball. We ran the ball, not explosively, but efficiently and effectively in games that we had to, with the exception of just a couple hiccups along the way. And considering the development still ahead of us on our offensive line and with our front and the injuries that we dealt with all year, I think that is something that just progressively has gotten better and better. It showed up in the championship game a couple weeks ago when we needed to run the ball and had to run the clock. We were able to do that in the last few games of the year, and we were able to keep Logan up off the ground, which was saying a lot, and especially against San Diego State's front. It's going to be important this week. And I think he has gotten hit, but we have not, really looked at a game and come out of it and just not been able to protect him. So I think those are three areas that just consistently have gotten better and better. We've thrown and caught the ball well all year, but I think the ability to protect him, the ability to protect the football and run the ball when we have to, when it's necessary, has continually improved all season. Still needs a lot of work. We'll deal with that in recruiting and development and in off season, but has gotten better all year.
Dennis.
Dennis Freeman, News for Us Online. Coach, what does it mean for your ball club to play in the first ever Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl?
That's pretty cool. I think we talked last night, the stadium, the first college game in this venue, and it's an unreal stadium. We got a chance to look at it last night as a staff, and it's breathtaking. Our guys are going to be blown away. We get a chance to go in there on Friday. Glad we're going the day before the game. Get that all moment out of their system to some degree. To have Jimmy attached to it and take that kind of stance and help put his name on, I think that's pretty cool too. To have somebody of his notoriety and his position. But just to be the first in anything is always a unique experience. You'll always look back and the first ever, and that's something that you enjoy the opportunity to be a part of.
As a follow-up, what type of challenges does your opponent present to your team?
We started out the season with a Pac-12 opponent, and to finish up with one, I would tell you they look very, very similar to what we saw. The matchups in terms of length and size are an issue for us. We have a lot of development still left to do. That's something that it's going to take some recruiting classes and some off seasons to really build the team to look like some of the folks we play. This one is that same kind of concern. Length and size are in Oregon State's favor for sure. I think quickness, maybe speed out in space is probably our only strength, if at all, in just limited areas. So we got to match up, be able to get off some of that long length coverage. We got to be able to get around some of the edges in pass rush. Some of those things that are going to take the entire team, entire game to be able to affect some of those areas. Hopefully our style of play, hopefully some fatigue will set in. Hopefully our pace of play and how we play will allow us to minimize some of those issues. But they are very long and they are bigger than us in most areas, and we got to find ways to negate that and overcome it.
Thank you.
Eric?
Yeah, this is Al Lewis, KVNU. I moved over to Eric's microphone so you can hear me. Coach, you just mentioned pace. The one thing I didn't ask you this week in the press conference, is it been because you've been ahead in games, we don't see as much pace with the offense, or is that still what you'd really still like to do offensively most of the time?
A lot of our slowed down tempos have been game management. I want to play fast when playing fast is a benefit, but I don't want to play fast just for the sake of speed and snaps. We've been in positions with leads. The championship game, we're up big and up big early. Same thing, New Mexico game, up big, up early. Those games right before the half when we know we're getting the ball back in the third quarter has dictated pace of play as well. Games even where we weren't sometimes as successful as we wanted, I need to give the defense a longer break and let those guys breathe a little bit. So all those things play into it. We want to play fast and as fast as possible when it benefits us, but have the ability to set and control pace when we need to as well. And I think that is strategic in each game for different reasons, as opposed to just playing fast all the time just because you have the ability to play fast.
Any additional questions? Last call. All right. Thank you, Coach
Thank you so much.
All right. And that follows the conclusion of this meeting. We will post the recording in the press kit. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Christy.
Thank you, Christy. Appreciate it.